Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to sit down and do a New Year's Eve glam look for you guys. I know New Year's Eve is gonna look a little bit differently for hopefully all of us this year. But I wanted to sit down and just do a really fun glam look for you guys in case you want to get fancy schmancy in your own home and do a full face of makeup. It's gonna be a little bit of inspiration for you. I've actually already made the look I want to recreate today for you guys. I made it earlier in the year. I'll pop up a picture here for you to see. It's just like a really silver, smoky liner kind of look that I just think is beautiful. And I think it's just fun for like a really super glam New Year's Eve look. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you are watching, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out. And other than that, if you are excited and you want to see my glam New Year's Eve look, then let's go ahead and get started. I usually don't show this step, but I'm going to go ahead and show it today. I'm going to take my MAC paint pot and just prime my eyes. I have a lot of discoloration and veins in my eyelids that I just like to cover up. I think it just gives it like a nice fresh canvas to put on eyeshadow. And I usually go ahead and set my lids with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder, but since I'm using the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette today, and it has like a cream shade up here in the corner called Snowcap, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my lids with that instead. This is gonna give a little bit more pigmentation than the Charlotte Tilbury powder, but that's okay. I just wanna set the paint pot. And then to get that super sharp wing line that I want to create, I'm gonna take my e.l.f. tapes. We're just gonna peel one off. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half. I've talked about this before, that they're just a little bit too long for my eyes to use one on each eye. So I just cut them in half, and we're just going to place that so we get a nice sharp edge. Are they even? Probably not, but that's okay. Then to start off this look, I'm gonna take Slope here in the corner. It's like a gray brown dark shade, and we're gonna put that in our transition. I went ahead and tapped off a lot of the excess because I don't want this to be too intense at first. I will end up building it up just so it's like super dark and smoky and vampy for New Year's Eve, but we're gonna start off slow. You can always add, you cannot take away, and trust me, I've learned that the hard way throughout my years in makeup. I tend to go very, very heavy-handed on things, and I'm trying to be better at that and go light-handed at first and then just add as I go. Do you guys like my new addition to my chair back there? I ordered that cute pillow that has like a perfume bottle, a mascara wand, a lipstick, and all that off of Society 6. I think it is so stinking cute. I can link it down below for you if you want to check it out. And I also have shelves that are gonna go up here that are like white and gold that I bought off Amazon an embarrassingly amount of time ago, and I haven't put them up. I'll get them up one day. I'm gonna build this a little bit, make it a little bit darker, that same slope shade. Okay, we're now gonna go ahead and do the black liner, which kind of sounds weird because we are gonna cover it up with the shimmer and we're gonna like put the liner back on, but I just want to be able to map it out to know where my liner is gonna be, where my shimmer needs to go, all of that. So we're gonna take this black Nightfall shade down at the bottom. We're just gonna put a wing and smoke it out. Actually, I'm not gonna smoke it out yet. I'm just gonna place my wing. And you don't have to have the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette to create this look. You can make it with like a lot of other looks. You can make it with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. The ABH Sultry palette would be a good one. The Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. They all pretty much have the same shades you would need. Although the Smitten in Switzerland palette is definitely the most affordable of all those I just named off. So you might want to use this one. But you really just need a black and a silver. And then a gray transition color, you know, helps, but the black and the silver are the main stars of the show. Okay, so we have that placed down. It looks wonky right now. Trust me, it'll get fixed. I don't want you to be like, that don't look good, Emily, because it doesn't. You're right. But we're gonna fix it. Drink your water, guys. I've been really bad about drinking water this whole Christmas break so far. I'm a teacher, if you don't know, so I'm on Christmas break. So I've been off these kind of past 2 weeks of school, and I feel like I have been very bad about drinking water, and I don't know why. And I can just like feel it, you know, like I can just feel my body's a little sluggish and tired and a little dehydrated, which you think would make me want to drink more water, but I'm just still not. I don't know what's wrong with me. We're now going to take my NYX glitter primer. This stuff is the bomb, and we're going to put it all over our lid, and then we're going to stamp on this really pretty Glacier Express shade. It's like a super pretty silver. Oh yeah, that is going to be really pretty. I mean, obviously I've made this look before, so I know it turns out pretty in my opinion, but still, it's always fun to like recreate fun looks, right? So we're just going to put a little dollop all over our lid. I created this look when I was doing a 1 week 1 palette. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I have it linked down below for you guys if you want to check that out. I used to do a bunch of 1 week 1 palettes, and I would pick like what it sounds like, one palette to focus on and do 5 looks in 1 week during quarantine. But unfortunately, I've not been able to do that recently with, you know, starting school back up and everything. But I did a 1 week 1 palette with this, and this was like the 5th and final day that I made, and I just loved this look so much. I felt so like spicy and sassy in it. So as you can see, we pretty much covered up the black liner, but we're gonna go back over it. I have a highlight on my Instagram that talks about like the look I made and what I did, and I went back and rewatched that, and I said that I wet this silver shade with MAC Fix Plus to make it look extra shiny and pretty, so I think I may have to end up doing that here in a few minutes just to kind of like emphasize it even more, because it's very shiny and pretty right now, but I feel like it's not as reflective as what it was the last time I made this look, so we may have to go back and do that also. But we're gonna go back in with that black Nightfall shade again on a flat definer brush, and just re-add that liner back since we covered it up. I'm going to take like a stiff pencil brush. This is a Morphe M431, and we're going to take that Nightfall shade again and a little bit of slope, and I'm just going to like smoke this out a tiny bit, make it a little more grungy and not as precise. Yeah, like, do you see the difference? This is like smoked out a little bit. This is a bit more precise. Okay, going back in with a little bit of this slope shade. That silver is going to get up in my crease, but I don't mind it. I do think I'm going to add some MAC Fix Plus. I haven't used this in a really, really long time since I got my NYX glitter primer. Usually this pops the shimmers enough, but I do want it a little bit more like oomphy. So I'm going to go ahead and use this flat shader brush. It is a M124, and I'm going to get a little bit of that Glacier Express shade on there and spray it with MAC Fix Plus, just to really emphasize this and make it a little bit shinier than it was. Yeah, can you guys tell a difference? I don't know if you can on camera, but this side is just a little bit shinier. If you don't have MAC Fix Plus, you can use any setting spray. I just have this little baby size though. I got it in a set with like this and a little mini of the Ruby Woo like red lipstick, and then a little mini mascara. And I'm telling you, I got this probably almost 2 years ago, and I still have some left. So even if you don't really want to like splurge on the full size of the Fix Plus, I understand, because it's definitely a little bit on the pricier side. But even if you get that mini size, it hypothetically should last you a while if you're only really using it to spray your shadows like I do. I don't use it as a setting spray on my face. Actually, I probably should though. I haven't been using it as a setting spray on my face because I know it's more of like a hydrating setting spray, and I used to use it when I was younger and I was oily and it made me oilier, but my face is getting a lot drier these days, so maybe I should give it another go as a setting spray. Okay, yeah, that just like amped it up even more. Ooh, that's what I wanted. Okay, cool. We're going to smoke out the liner one more time. Do that slope shade in the crease one more time. All right, let's take these off and see what we got going. Ooh, yeah. I just feel like so sassy in this look. It's not even funny. I feel so like fierce. Alrighty, let's move on to the face. For primer, I'm gonna use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Primer. This is one of my favorite primers ever. I'm sure you guys know that. I use it all of the time. And then for foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Pure 401 Love Your Selfie. I know I just used this in my Holiday Glam get ready with me for Christmas, but this really is like my most full coverage glam foundation, so I want to use it again for today. If I'm doing glam and full coverage, this is what I reach for. I have the shade LN2, and I did not forget to put primer on this time, unlike that video, and I was like so annoyed with myself. That was a rough video. If you watch that, I was in a funk. And this stuff is like crazy. I usually always use at least like 2 pumps of a foundation just because I do love that full coverage so much, but with this one I really only need 1 pump, and it, like, look at that, it covers up everything. Alright, got my foundation all blended out, and then for concealer, I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I have the shade 03 Fair. I think I've came to the conclusion that I need to stop putting so much concealer on, like here, 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 and then on my forehead and all of that. I just feel like the last couple times I've done that, I don't know if like my sponge wasn't clean enough or what, but I just felt very cakey and like too much concealer. So I think I'm just going to, if I have like a not full coverage foundation, I probably still will put some here just because that is where the redness is in my cheeks and I want to cover that up. But I feel like with especially this full of a foundation, I'm just going to put a tiny dot on my nose to cover it up because my nose is like been my problem spot recently. Normally it's my chin, but it's been my nose recently. And then just a little bit under my eyes to conceal the bags. Alrighty, went ahead and blended all of my concealer in and powdered, and I used my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love this. Whenever I want like a super set in place, locked in makeup feel and look, I always reach for this. Next up for bronzer, I'm going to use the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. If you watched my most recent like trying new makeup video a couple weeks back, I can link it in the eye for you. Can link it in the eye for you. I can never remember what side it's on. I tried this and it was patchy as heck on me and I did not like it, but I tried it yesterday, not on camera, and it was better. So I'm hoping that it'll be like yesterday and not get patchy and not like the first time I tried it. So we're going to bronze up this skin with this. I was really shocked the first time I tried it that it did get so patchy on me because I know so many people who really love this bronzer and no one has ever said it got patchy on them. So I was a little shocked that it got patchy on me, but it seems to be working fine this time, like yesterday too. So I'm happy about that. It's a little bit warmer of a bronzer than I really wanted, but that's okay. I actually wanted to use my Fenty Into Sun bronzer, but I also use that in my Holiday Glam Get Ready With Me, so I wanted to use something different and not just basically repeat that video over again, but in like a better positive mood. Which I want to say thank you for the support I got on that video. I really honestly almost didn't upload it, and then I did just to show that like everyone gets in funks and it's okay. And I had quite a few people comment on that video saying like, you know, I get it, I get in funks too. I'm watching this while I'm in a funk mood, and just thank you for, you know, showing that it's okay to be in off mood sometimes. So I was just, thank you for the support I got in that video. I was hoping, I didn't want it to be like, wow, Emily's being really negative in this video, why did she upload it? But you guys were like, no, like it's okay, like we all get like that, you know what I mean? So again, just thank you for the support, I appreciate it. Next up for blush, we're going to use my Cover FX Monochromatic Duo in the shade Mojave Mauve. I figured it's just going to be a really pretty pinky shade to go with this look. So for New Year's, we always spend it with our best friends, Matt and Hannah. We've been going to their house every single New Year since Mike and I got together. We started dating in 2017 and we went 17, 18, 19. And normally it's like a pretty big party of like 15 to 20 of us. And we all bring appetizers and hang out and have fun and watch like the ball drop and all that. Oh my gosh, I just realized, what are they going to do this year for the ball drop? I mean, no one's going to be in Times Square. Are they still going to, I'm assuming they're still going to drop the ball, right? And just drop the ball. I'm assuming they're going to have the ball drop and just like maybe have Ryan Seacrest there by himself. Like there's always performers, and oh my gosh, I just realized what are they, maybe they've talked about that on the news. I do not watch the news, so I'm not sure. Maybe they've already resolved this and I'm just like out of the loop, which is very possible. But that just like hit me. Like, what are they going to do? That made me sad. This year sucks. But anyways, obviously it's going to look a little bit differently this year for New Year's, which also makes me sad. Obviously, I'm not the only one. Like, I understand this year's been hard for everyone. It's just, oh. Okay, changing the subject so I don't get too sad. The highlight I'm going to use is the Tribe Highlight Volume 3 by Juvia's Place because it's New Year's Eve and I want to be blinding like the ball that is going to drop. This is my most blinding highlight for sure. Ooh yeah. Okay, I got it a little bit too low on my cheeks, so I'm just going to add a tiny bit more blush to try to blend them together and cover that up a little bit. Not too much more because I feel like I'm already pretty blushing. Then for brows, take a guess at what I'm going to use. My Milani Weekend Brow. I literally say this every time I use this, but I'm obsessed with this brow pen. I just love it. Still need to plug my eyebrows. Haven't done that yet. Then we're going to take my Grande Cosmetics Brow Fill, just clear brow gel, and set these suckers in place. I have my Palm Trees and 80 Degrees Waves of Amber candle like burning right beside me, and oh, it smells so stinking good. I love a good candle. They just put me in good moods. Okay, then we're going to finish up the eyes, and all I'm going to do is run this slope shade along my lower lash line. Keep it a little bit more on the simple side, but still like smoky and sexy. And then we're going to go back to our highlight for our inner corner and brow bone highlight. I probably should have used ColourPop Flexitarian. I want something a little more icy, but it's fine. Not the end of the world. Then back in with the first brush we used just to mesh those all together. Okay, I did my mascara off camera just because it took me a while because I had to like really build it up. I went ahead and used my Grande Cosmetics primer and then my Marc Jacobs At Lash, just little baby one. This look really could benefit from false lashes, but I don't know guys, I like never wear false lashes. I feel like, can I even be like a big beauty guru YouTuber one day because I never wear false lashes? I don't know. And then for lips, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Lancome. What exactly is this? L'Absolu Lacquer in the shade 306. I'm gonna end up doing 2 layers. I like this because it'll stay on through all the appetizers and drinks, obviously, in a normal year. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do 1 and then add a second layer. These are meant to be like layered up. There we go. And this is like one of the most unique lipstick formulas, lip gloss form, I don't even know, that I've ever tried because it literally stays on like a liquid lipstick, but it stays shiny like a gloss. But as it does kind of sort of start to fade off your lips as you wear it, it almost stains your lips like a stain. It's like a 3-in-1. It's the most unique lip product I've ever used in my life, but I like it. Then for setting spray, I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay De-Slick because again, in normal years, I would want my makeup to be looking fresh and not shiny all night. All of the pictures that my friends and I end up taking. So we're going to spray a little bit of this on. And that was it, you guys. That was my New Year's Eve glam look. What do you guys think? I love this silver eye look. I don't rock silver very often, but I just think this is so pretty and just sharp and spicy, and I just really love this look a lot. Obviously, I understand New Year's is going to be looking very different this year. I will not look like this on New Year's. I will not be hanging out with all of my best friends, taking pictures, eating appetizers. Like, obviously, 2020 is going to be very different, which stinks. But I just wanted to come on, do a little glam, give you a little inspiration if you decide you do want to glam yourself on New Year's Eve, and, you know, just make myself feel better with makeup because that's what I've been doing since March of 2020. I hope you guys stay safe, whatever you do decide to do on New Year's. Please be smart, please be safe, do not drink and drive. Please do not drink and drive. I hope you enjoyed this video while you were watching it. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.